Good morning, St. Louis, and welcome to another stop on the STL Donut Tour. Today's donut destination is Mario's Donuts and Cafe in St. Peter's. One of my followers suggested that I check out this shop at the furthest edge of my visiting range, so I made the 26-mile journey out to see what they have to offer. Mario's can be easy to miss as it is a small shop crammed into a strip mall behind a Culver's by a Home Depot. I couldn't find any helpful information about this shop anywhere online. Their website at cafemario.com is no longer being hosted and is a dead link. They have no Instagram account and their Facebook account has no recent post activity since 2019. According to their menu, they serve breakfast, lunch, and dinner until 7 p.m. with a heavy focus on gyros and other Greek specialties. They have a large dining room that can accommodate bigger parties and regularly host groups of 10 or more. The woman behind the counter today was not very helpful or very friendly and didn't exactly make me feel welcome, so I stopped asking questions and just got my donuts and left. So if you have any helpful information about this shop that you'd like to share, then please leave me a comment down below. Now let's take a look at Mario's Donuts. Starting off today, we have the glazed yeast donut. It's got a beautiful golden color and a beautiful shine. Mario's version of this classic shows off some skilled dough work to make such a soft and fluffy donut with a rich, buttery, yeasty flavor. The glaze has an interesting sweetness to it, and I think they might use honey in the glaze, based on the flavor and texture. Just a spectacular glazed yeast from Mario's. Next up is the plain cake donut. It has a pretty nondescript look about it until you bite in and find the super moist and flavorful cake with a rich buttery flavor and soft texture. I was upset that they didn't have any glazed until I tasted how sweet and buttery the cake is on its own. Just a superb donut with incredible texture and flavor. Up next is the glazed chocolate cake donut. This donut has a slightly different texture than the plain cake. A little bit of crisp outside edge from the nice thick glaze, and the rich cocoa flavor from the soft, dense cake really gives this more of a brownie flavor. Definitely worth getting if you stop by. Following our cake donuts is the glazed raspberry jelly filled. I really like the Bismarck on this. Just a great, soft, chewy texture that has a nice crackly crunch from the glaze that all just melts in your mouth. There's a good amount of slightly tart, slightly sweet raspberry jelly inside that makes this one delectable pastry. After that, we have another Bismarck, this one topped in a thin layer of fudgy sweet chocolate icing and filled with a smooth, creamy custard. The Bismarck is super soft with a nice chew to it and has a nice combination of flavors and textures. You can't go wrong with any of the filled donuts from Mario's. Up next is one of my favorite styles of donuts, the buttermilk old fashioned. Mario's version has a perfectly browned outside and beautiful thick glaze, giving this classic a crisp caramelized outer edge. Breaking it open, we find a soft and dense winter spiced cake. This glaze really is making the difference on some of these donuts. Whether it's got honey in it or something else, it really adds a new level of flavor when it combines with the other ingredients. Next up is another golden brown and delicious looking donut, the sour cream old fashioned. Right away, I can see the brown crispy peaks and creamy white valleys between them, which combined with that thick glaze just makes this have a nice crisp crunch when you bite into it. Then on the inside, you have this rich, creamy cake that melts in your mouth with all that sugary glaze. Great flavor, spot-on execution, just a beautiful old-fashioned all around. On to a channel favorite that I haven't had in a few weeks, the fried glazed croissant. This version is a little smaller than the past few that we've seen on the channel, but it's just beautifully made with gorgeous dough work and a delicious flavor. You can't go wrong with one or two of these in your order. The dough is just so crisp and flaky with an excellent flavor from the browned edges and sweet glaze. I'm unsure of the price on these, so they might be less expensive than shown. And last but certainly not least is my favorite, the apple fritter. Thick and fluffy with a deep brown color and shiny glaze, Mario's apple fritter has a fabulous crisp outer edge with a soft chewy center that's the best of both worlds. Filled with big chunks of apples and streams of cinnamon, their apple fritter is a gorgeous example of a top-notch pastry. A great apple fritter always helps make it worth the long drive. Thanks for watching this week's stop on the STL Donut Tour. Make sure you click that subscribe button down below so you don't miss next week's donut destination. I'll be visiting shops all over the St. Louis area this season. Make sure to click that like button down below and leave me a comment if you've been to this week's donut destination. Stay tuned for next week when I'll be touring another great donut shop in the St. Louis area, looking for the gateway to the West through fried dough. Have a great day, everybody.